The Atacama Humanoid, Science, Mystery, and Misunderstanding. Unearthing a Mystery in the Desert. In 2003, in the desolate Atacama Desert of Chile, a tiny skeleton was discovered, only 6 inches long, yet remarkably well preserved and eerily humanoid. Known as the Atacama Humanoid, or ATA, this figure captured global attention, inspiring documentaries, speculative articles, and conspiracy theories. Was this skeleton evidence of extraterrestrial life, a hoax, or something stranger still? In this video, we'll investigate the facts behind the Atacama Humanoid, what science has revealed, where speculation took over, and what this mystery truly tells us about our pursuit of the unknown. Discovery and public fascination. The story begins in the abandoned mining town of La Noria, Chile. The remains, just 6 inches long, displayed features that seemed to defy logic. Ata had a conical skull, 10 pairs of ribs instead of the usual 12, and bones that appeared as developed as those of a 6 to 8-year-old child. These details fueled the fire of speculation. Some claimed this was a fetus with unusual deformities. Others believed it was an alien or a hybrid being. The media frenzy was swift and powerful. Images of Ata appeared in news outlets and social media feeds across the globe. The fascination was understandable. The skeleton was too small to be a newborn, and yet it showed characteristics that indicated maturity. And the location, an isolated desert steeped in mining history and local legends, added to the intrigue. But what was the truth? Initial scientific scrutiny. Soon after Ata's discovery, scientists began examining the remains. Tests were conducted to determine its age, origins, and whether it was human. The initial X-rays and CT scans only deepened the mystery. Ata's bone density and structure resembled those of an older child, but the size didn't match. Experts questioned whether this could be a case of extreme dwarfism or a previously unknown developmental disorder. In 2012, the skeleton was sold to a private collector in Barcelona, raising ethical concerns about the treatment of human remains. Despite this, scientific interest in the specimen didn't wane. Dr. Stephen Greer, a controversial figure in UFO circles, featured the skeleton in his documentary Sirius, suggesting that Ata could be an extraterrestrial. But while Greer leaned into speculation, legitimate scientists sought concrete answers. The Stanford University study. In 2018, a breakthrough came from Stanford University. Researchers, including Gary Nolan, professor of microbiology and immunology, conducted extensive genetic testing on Ata's remains. The results were clear and conclusive. Ata was human. More precisely, she was a female with Chilean ancestry. Her DNA showed mutations in genes associated with bone development, explaining her size, unusual skull shape, and advanced skeletal maturity despite her tiny stature. Ata's condition was likely a combination of several rare genetic disorders, including forms of dwarfism and skeletal dysplasia. These mutations had caused her body to develop differently than expected, leading to the extraordinary appearance that puzzled so many. This analysis was published in a peer-reviewed journal, bringing scientific clarity to a case long muddled by fantasy. Ethical and cultural considerations. While the genetic study solved many biological mysteries, it also raised new ethical questions. Was it right to take the remains from Chile and study them abroad? What about the cultural significance of the body or the consent of any living relatives? Chilean officials and anthropologists voiced concern that the remains had been treated as a curiosity rather than as the remains of a human child. For them, Ata deserved dignity and cultural respect, not a media spectacle. These concerns highlighted the need for more responsible handling of discoveries that may involve human remains, especially in regions where local communities may have historical or spiritual ties to the findings. Ata wasn't just a scientific puzzle. She was once a living person, likely born prematurely with severe medical challenges. Her life and death deserved sensitivity. Lessons from the Atacama Humanoid. The Atacama Humanoid teaches us a great deal about science, media, and ourselves. First, it reminds us of the power of the unknown to inspire curiosity. Ata's unusual appearance and origin naturally sparked theories, some wild, some plausible. But that curiosity must be balanced with rigorous science. Second, the case reveals how quickly misinformation can spread when sensational stories go viral. Despite strong scientific evidence, many still believe Ata was alien in origin, a testament to how difficult it is to change public perception once a narrative takes hold. Third, and perhaps most importantly, the story underscores the responsibility scientists and media professionals bear when handling human remains. Curiosity should never override respect, and every effort should be made to treat remains ethically, especially when working across cultures. Closing thoughts. In the end, Ata was not an alien. She was not a hoax. She was a human being with a rare and tragic set of genetic conditions. Yet the story of the Atacama Humanoid continues to resonate. It reveals the deep hunger humans have for mystery, for answers beyond what science can immediately explain. But it also reaffirms that science, when applied carefully and respectfully, can uncover truths far more profound than fiction. From the windswept deserts of Chile to the high-tech labs of Stanford, Ata's journey has traversed the worlds of wonder, science, and cultural ethics. In studying her, we learned not just about bones and genes, but about how we perceive the unfamiliar and how we must tread carefully in our search for knowledge.